Hey everyone, Gabriella Peroni here for CMS-Connected, chatting with Fermin, founder and managing director at Smarter Commerce.
Hi Gabriella.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good. Awesome.
Enjoying a great Progress conference?
It's been so great.
Yes,
It's been so
absolutely.
fun. Yeah. Now, speaking of Progress, what's your relationship with Progress?
Sure. Well, just as background, Smarter Commerce, we are a integrated e-commerce and content solution that serves Oracle JD Edwards ERP customers. Okay. So what we've done with Progress is we reached out to them about 5 years ago because we wanted to bring together e-commerce with content, and we built our entire B2B and B2C multi-channel commerce platform with Progress and our integration to the Oracle ERP solutions.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. We're speaking of B2B and B2C. What is the focus on that, and can you explain a bit about your thoughts on those differences between the two?
Yes, absolutely. So from a standpoint of Smarter Commerce, we focus on both B2B and B2C. And I would say our core customer base tends to be more B2B. And what we see is as kind of the similarities and differences that exist is, of course, in all cases, we're transacting an order process through a digital platform. But in the B2C world, there's much more of a focus on the customer engagement and interaction with the customer, and it's a much more simplified transaction from a standpoint of pricing and availability and all of the actual transactional aspects. B2B tends to have other complexities. You tend to have more challenges around the relationship with the customer. They can be contractual relationships, very complex rules for pricing, availability of product, and how you fulfill the product. Yeah. So it's a different challenge in the B2B world, and you also tend to have some more challenges around just the whole geographic fulfillment process of orders. So what we focus on with Smarter Commerce and Progress and the solution with the Oracle ERP is we focus on kind of simplifying that so that a company can leverage all the business rules that are in place in their enterprise ERP system, and those can be enabled to serve their customers.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. And what do you think are trends or changes that you see in the horizon?
Yeah, it's a very good question because certainly B2C does a lot more commerce historically than B2B in terms of direct engagement across websites. So when we think of B2B, we think of things like EDI connections between customers that have been used for decades and work well. But what's happening is that in the B2B world, customers now are starting to need to support more digital connections to their customers. So we're seeing B2B websites that now have to bring into play some of the concepts that have excelled in the B2C world. So we think about personalization. It's a concept that is born in the B2C world. Now we're seeing it in B2B and needing to really focus in on exactly what the customer is looking for and that experience so that they can be served across all the different sales channels that they're being supported. So that's one example of that, and B2B also, we're seeing expansion into other relationships that can be done through e-procurement systems that perhaps customers have that want to engage with a supplier, and so the supplier needs to be able to accept interactions from those systems. Concepts like punch-out catalogs that allow you to basically seamlessly interact between an e-procurement system and an e-commerce system. Those concepts are also starting to emerge and become much more accepted in the B2B world. So ultimately, I think the trend is concepts in B2C are now finding their way into B2B, and companies are expected to deliver much more engaging experiences in the B2B world. Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Yeah, that's so informative. So true, too. Yeah, great insight. Well, I think that's all I have for you today, Fermin. All right. Well, thank you very much, Gabrielle.
Thanks so much for speaking with me.
Yes, my pleasure.